Hello, authors, book lovers, and storytellers. Welcome to RM Hive, and you're tuning in to Reader's Magnet's featured author interview. I'm your host, Revan, and today I'm so excited to introduce to you our special guest. He has published 15 ebooks, 11 paperbacks, and 4 audiobooks that are all designed for both young and old readers. So they are all family oriented. But today we are featuring his book, The Casino Down the Street. Everyone, let's welcome Matt Shea. Hi, Matt. How are you? Thank you for
How are
joining
you,
us.
Revan? Thank you very much for having me here.
Yes. So before we start the interview, Matt, I actually have some questions here for you. But before that, can you tell us who Matt Shea is and a little bit about your writing journey?
Matt Shea is a very lucky person. I was blessed being born in a wonderful family. I have five
Mm-hmm.
siblings. We're very close. Mom and dad were great, as everybody's parents are. And we were raised Roman Catholic, and we were always taught to give. We were always involved with charities, including going to senior centers at Christmas time and presenting gifts and so forth. So, such
Mm-hmm.
charity, acts of charity, have transpired into my writings. But I've learned that whenever we give, we are being set up to receive. The life comes back, the world does in God. And so, surprise, surprise, the giver is also prospering very well. It's good life.
Yes. So that's actually, I mean, you know what? I'm so amazed that you had these books under your name. So you have 15 ebooks, 11
Yes,
paperbacks, and 4 audiobooks. And then
yes.
today we're actually going to feature your book, The Casino Down the Street. This is one of your masterpieces that's under your name. So, what is your book about?
This book is about the fact that casinos are sprouting up everywhere more and more, not just in Las Vegas, not just in the Riviera,
Mhm,
in neighborhoods, so to say. And they have changed
mhm,
since their origin. They offer a different package that's very appealing, but a person has to understand there are some do's and don'ts with it. And so this is the third casino
mhm,
I have worked at, and I have studied casinos for a few
mhm.
years, six in the area, and that's what led up to writing this book.
Hmm, that's really nice. So you've had time in the casino, and then you wrote about everything that you've researched in the area for all of these casinos that you've worked with, correct?
That's true. Yes,
Very interesting. I want to know. I haven't played in a casino. I've been in a casino, but I have not played anything yet. But I want to know more about it. But I don't know if I want to do that yet in my age right now. I'm so young. anyway,
your
anyway,
apprehension
so
is a good sign. That's a good sign.
uh-huh,
Keep going that path. We'll talk about that.
yeah. Let's talk about that. So, who or what inspired you to writing this book?
The job I retired from was in South Seattle, and we had a sister plant in Las Vegas near the casinos. So,
Mm-hmm,
whenever we had transfers and new bosses who came from the Vegas plant, they were telling us all sorts of gambling stories from Vegas. And I
mm-hmm,
knew nothing about
yeah.
gambling. I've never set foot at a casino, but it came to the job hearing these stories from people who went through the experience. And so, when I
Mm-hmm,
retired, I started doing some research on it, and I was employed at three different ones. And I saw what
mm-hmm,
they were explaining to me, because when a person
mm-hmm.
is new at a casino, they're mesmerized by the lights, the electricity, the fun,
Yeah.
everything. And they don't realize it could be a trap if you allow certain things to
Yes.
happen. So it was a job I retired from, and coworkers. That's what got my interest to take a different look at these lavish places.
Nice. It's actually nice to know that a writer actually has a book like this that which actually guides the readers through like the dark side of this of the lights behind the lights. As what you said. So there's like the lights that beckons us to go there, but there's always a dark side. So yeah, people has to look for it as well. There it's fun, but um there are a dark side that we have to look forward to as well. So, what lessons will your readers learn from your book?
The biggest lesson I want them to learn is that casinos are okay. However, I like the apprehension you had about should I gamble? I feel funny. I would never advise anyone to. The number one thing about a casino is never go to a casino to make money.
Mhm.
Now, let's say you get in touch with a friend, your parents, I don't know, let's say $100. You could go to a casino, but they have nice restaurants there. They have nice
Mhm.
coffee shops. Many of them,
Yes.
such as the ones I work on, have excellent hotels, beautiful flower gardens to walk around.
Yeah.
So a person doesn't have to gamble at all. Now, I'm a member of three different Gambler Anonymous groups, and it's amazing the stories these intelligent people have. It's not the casino that's bad, it's your choices. When we go to a
Yes.
supermarket, by the way, you could buy vices, you could legally buy cigarettes and alcohol. Well, I still don't do those things. You could enjoy a casino by not gambling at all or within the
Mhm.
budget. And here's a good example. When you have a kid at a 7-Eleven store, at a convenience store, and he has his allowance, say he has a little part time job after school. So he buys his nachos, he buys his soft drink, and he has a little bit of
Mhm.
money left to play a video game. Well, that's a smart
Mhm.
kid. He knows in advance he's not making money, he's having fun. The adults in the casino got to learn from that kid.
Yeah. Yeah, you're actually right. I actually also love that your book also gives a hint about financial literacy as well. So
Oh, yes.
I want to thank you for that because a lot of us, like young people, need it. So that is actually a good sign for us young readers that want
Yes.
to learn more about life.
Oh, yes. And you see, casinos have wonderful jobs. I retired 15 years ago and I
Mhm.
drive their shuttle buses. I'll help out in the hotels and stuff, but it doesn't
Mhm.
mean I have to gamble. And they have great deals when you want to have pizza with your
Mhm.
friends or excellent Chinese food. So they're more and more family oriented resorts.
Mhm.
The hotels are coming up, the swimming pools. We had a nice bowling alley at the last one I worked at. We had nice campgrounds there. So the gambling
Mhm.
thing, yes, you have, but that's not even the half of it anymore.
Mhm. So, Matt, you have a lot of books under your name. So there's a bunch of them. So I believe you had spent a lot of time writing them. So how long have you been writing, and when did you start writing these books?
When I went to first grade at age 6,
Mm-hmm.
Catholic upbringing, they were teaching us how to read and write. And they told us that
Mm-hmm.
whenever we have an idea, consider it from the heavens, write your idea down. Don't be afraid of people laughing
Mm-hmm.
about it. Remember it. So throughout my life, whether my scrawl, my first grade scrawl, writing something or thinking about it, I save them. And then some of them I could piece together and write nice fiction stories that were harmless but interesting point of view based on the child's perspective on things. And
Mm-hmm.
so writing was really something. Sometimes people put a message in a bottle and throw it in the ocean. They got a cork and it ends up in another part of the world because of the trade currents. And now you have just
Mm-hmm.
written something and there it is. A person could scrawl something, but if it's still around centuries later, it's now an artifact and it might be in a museum, even though it was just a commoner such as myself.
Yes. Yes. I actually love the fact that you said that don't be afraid of people laughing at your work. That's actually very
Oh, no,
inspirational to me.
no.
Yeah.
When you write, you are asking for constructive criticism. I
Mm-hmm.
thrive
Yes.
on constructive criticism because the moment I deem myself a final product, it means I'm done. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not approving anymore because
Mm-hmm.
every day it's a step forward, a step backwards. To we keep going, and the world keeps changing. And that's that old saying: just when you figure out all the answers, they change the questions. So none of us have it perfectly right. Keep moving forward, lay the cards down face up.
Yes.
And when somebody gives you constructive criticism, they're paying you a compliment because they see a different point of view and they're addressing it because they represent other people just as you do.
Yes, thank you for that very insightful message. I actually learned from this interview with you. So, Based on that answer, how do you process or deal with negative book review?
I thrive on it because, again,
Mm-hmm.
I'm the furthest thing from being God's gift. And Ernest Hemingway said there are no rules to writing. I mean, you have to be
Uh-huh.
within guidelines where you are not intentionally offending people. And if you do,
Mm-hmm.
you have to be big about it, absorb what they have to say, and answer to that. And we learn together. But when I get constructive criticism, somebody is saying, I believe in you so much. I see a place where you could improve, or maybe I didn't quite understand and you could explain it better to me. I have written books of people who are mentally challenged, where some people
Mm-hmm.
were very grateful, but others were offended because they weren't sure if it was a gray area being politically correct, but it came out of the wash. So I love
Mm-hmm.
feedback. If the whole world started telling me I was perfect at something, that means everybody's lying to me.
Yes, that's very insightful for all our readers out there are aspiring writers. So that's actually a really good advice from our writer here, Matt Shea. So Matt, what was one of the most surprising things you learned in creating your books?
The first book I wrote traveled, covered more ground than I realized, because a woman who was born in the
Mm-hmm.
Soviet Union found herself in the
Mm-hmm.
East, of all things, teaching youth how to speak English. And she was using my first
Mm-hmm.
book, which was The Groundskeeper and Other Short Stories, because I had it very simple book. And the short stories, 20 of them, were very simple and easy to read. And she said that's
Mm-hmm.
why they could follow these short sentences. The point was not extravagant, but of good family value. And hey, it's English. And at one part of the world was using this to teach the other part of the world. And then I didn't realize it, but in Ontario, Canada, I had a fanfare of who liked my books, and I didn't know it until they wrote
Mm-hmm.
me one day and introduced themselves. So it's
That's
like that
really
message
great.
in the bottle. As long as that bottle doesn't sink and get buried, as long as that cork just stays dry, the day will come where somebody will open it up and read your
Mm-hmm.
message.
Nice. So that's I'm actually amazed by that. How does that make you feel that these people actually use your books to learn?
I feel wonderful because when they care enough to do that, they care enough to be candid and
Mhm.
to give constructive criticism because they're not
Yes.
worshiping you. They're showing praise of taking a good concept and sending it out there. And now they're going to put some wind in yourselves with ideas. Everything I've written has to do with people helping, reaching out. And I threw it in the
Mhm.
mix and it made it go further, deeper, wider,
Mhm.
better. I've never had a good accomplishment without others helping, many people helping me.
Yes. Yes, I agree. So, right now, I want you to show your book and promote your book, um, the the casino down the street. So you can show it to the audience and tell us where we can find it, where we can buy the book.
You can find this on Amazon. And also, we have my website back here with this
Mm-hmm.
mattshaybooks.net. And I have a free audiobook for the family. The grandparents would love it, the grandkids would. Good for a car ride, good for a rainy night in front of the fireplace. I have some free stories, but most of all, people can write me, and I do my very best to write each and every one back. I might be a little behind the messages, but I do everything I can to respond. Very grateful when people write me.
Okay. So once again, for all our viewers out there, it's The Casino Down the Street by Matt Shea, available on Amazon and his website as well, www.mattsheabooks.net. So that's MATTSHEA books.net. So his book is available there, his audiobooks, there are free books and free audiobooks for you guys as well. So this is the book cover here with and this book of I don't know where my hand is, but Yes, available on Amazon for you guys. So it has been a wonderful time with you, Matt. Thank you, Matt. Thank you so much for joining us here at Reader's Magnet.
Revan, you are just fabulous. You are such a joy. Thank you for being here with me. I'm so proud to share the airwaves with my new friend, Revan. Thank you.
All right. Matt Shea, everybody, get your copy of The Casino Down the Street on Amazon and mattshea.com. So once again, thank you for spending time with us here at Reader's Magnet, Matt. So guys, let's open the pages and unravel the secrets of your personal odyssey. And I believe that your ink never runs dry. So go tell your story, you storyteller. So this is your host, Revan. And as we say it here in Reader's Magnet, we share your story with the world. Bye now. Stay awesome.
Awesome.